Welcome to SL Lifetime YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you Jetty in Penang, Malaysia. Jetty, an old Chinese waterfront settlement, is the largest and most lively jetty at the end of Gat Lebar Armenian. The Chus originated from the southeastern coast of China, from Tungwan District, Sinlin-Shi Village, Quanzhou Prefecture, Fujian Province. They were maritime clan communities in China. In the year 1918, the Chinese ancestor of Chu Jetty heard that jobs were aplenty here in Penang. Many were attracted to earn a living over here. As the number of foreign ships that anchored at the harbour increased, so did the stilts. Initially, planks were placed on the stilts to enable passengers to disembark without getting wet. Later on, the planks were joined together to construct a jetty. In the 1940s, the clan jetties did not escape the hardship under the Japanese occupation, 1942 to 1945. During those years, all marine activities, including ferrying and fishing, were restricted and the settlers were forced to buy stale, rotting fish in the market. This prompted some of them to saw a hole in their huts' timber floors for clandestine midnight fishing. When the British resumed governance of Malaya, the clansmen's lives returned to normal. In 1954, two basic utilities, water supply and electricity, were installed for them. Livelihood at Chu Jetty. Children, especially, roam freely in between one houses to another. Space is so partitioned that what is occurring in one such context may be completely unknown to those occupying another, virtually adjacent space just a few feet away. Networks and intracommunal schisms of neighbors no doubt determine who affiliates with what network upon the jetty, but the complexity of this pattern defies description. In these settings, one can find the daily rhythms of life on the jetty, which always proceeds at a relaxed pace in the heat. On hot days, people tend to remain indoors more, but come out in the evenings to sit on their front porches to talk and cool off. People on the jetty enjoy a relatively good quality of life, despite the incessant heat alleviated only by the sea breezes that rarely penetrate the center of the jetty. They mostly do not live in fear of their neighbors, and their doors are always open. People have lived in the same house for generations now. There is an interesting pattern of cooking in homes and selling to the other people of the jetty. Several households engage in this activity on a regular basis. One house cooking mostly koachiao tongue, soup, and mee, noodles, and another cooking rumpahu, fried fish stuffed with chili padi, fried rice bihun, fine noodles, lobak, pork sausage, chang, rice dumplings, and other things. Children of all ages are freely given money to buy whatever they may like during the day. And there seem to be few restrictions concerning consumption of candy or coffee by small children. Children often went skinny dipping in the sea during high tide season. Those days, dragon boat races were held among the clans on the 5th day of the 5th month of the Chinese lunar calendar. The gaily decorated boats bearing the banners of the various clans were a sight to behold as the clans battled for honors. However, jealousy and envy soon ravaged sportsmanship among the clans, leading to the eventual transfer of the organizing of the races to the state government. Yearly, the World Key settlements take on a carnival atmosphere when they celebrate the birthday of the Kuong-ya, 9 emperor gods. Thousands of devotees and tourists would turn up to give a rousing send-off to the float that carries images of the deities. At the waterfront, the sacred float is lowered onto a fishing boat accompanied by temple officials carrying an urn. As the fishing boat leaves the shore, devotees would clasp their hands in prayer. The devotees will go quite far out to sea until the lights from the shore arm near flickers. Then, they seek the spirit advice on a favorable location to set adrift the float. They normally do this by using the divine blocks, 2 kidney-shaped pieces of wood. In another annual religious festival, the Chu clan worships the Jade Emperor on the eve of the 9th day of the Chinese New Year in grandeur and style. Here, a 50 meters long food-laden altar takes center stage. Piled high on adjoining tables is a sumptuous array of delectable, including roast pig, chicken, duck, fruits, red tortoise buns, mee koo in Hokkien, miniature rock sugar pagodas and rice wine. A little after midnight, instead of the usual burst of firecrackers, the rousing beats of 15 Chinese drums would roll as 2 prancing lions take to the streets. With its interesting blend of cultural and religious activities, life at the World Key settlements is never dull. Today, over a century later, the World Key area looks much the same, untouched by the development that has taken place all around. Homes and sundry shops on stilts flourish, while underwater sewerage bills are unheard of here. A few changes, though, have taken place. For one, the residents now no longer depend on the sea for a living. Many of them work on land, as hawkers, factory hands, shop owners and clerks. The residents too have seen a decrease in vessels docking at the harbour since the 1980s, compared with the days of old when hundreds of vessels docked at the jetties. An average of only about 50 ferries are seen these days. Set within the famed Clan Jetty's enclave and strategically located in the heart of Jetty, Folklore by the Sea is where live theatrical shows take place daily. The Clan Jetties are built on stilts over the sea and are a cherished and conserved element of Georgetown's cultural heritage legacy. At Folklore by the Sea, thoughtfully curated live dramas as well as interesting storytelling shows are performed to take the audience back in time to the old days of the dwellers' simple lives at the jetties where the sea was their main source of sustenance. Aimed to preserve and promote its heritage, arts and culture, Folklore by the Sea aspires to continue passing down the legacy to its ensuing generations as well as offer visitors an opportunity to learn and appreciate it. Visitors who are keen to know more about the Clan Jetties can also book a boat ride that cruises along the frontage of the jetties. The boat ride offers a mesmerizing sunset view of the different Clan Jetties and the Penang Bridge. Thanks for watching and support. Like, comment and subscribe. See you in next video.